What's up, Stripe Nation? Blake Halverson here with B&B Lawn Care. Today I'm going to flip your whole mindset on running and owning a lawn care business. It is one of the most reliable sources of income, especially as a small business, that you could have. So I'll tell you, I started off when I was in high school, even a little bit younger in high school, but that first probably 5 years in business, you don't have a ton of money to reinvest in your company. And so it's like a slow moving start. I always refer to it like a train. Like trains are big, they're heavy, they're hard to get moving, but once they get moving, they're hard to stop. And so if you can build your company correctly from the beginning and kind of get through those first 5 to 7 years, which is what it took for me, but I was doing a lot of other things in high school and things like that. Once you can get over that hump, as long as you're still motivated to continue growing and you put the right people into place, you put the right software into place, you know, you get onto something like Jobber, you let that run in the invoicing, the scheduling, and then you start to hire really good people and they know what they're doing and they actually, you pay them enough where they actually start caring about the business. You can build kind of an unstoppable machine. And in my opinion, it's one of the most reliable small businesses because we have reoccurring mowing clients every single week. We're almost 20 years down the road here in my business and we still lose clients. We'll lose maybe one every other week, one every 3 weeks. Some months we won't lose any. You know, you have people pass away, you have people move away, you have people that just, want to do it themselves, or they, whatever, you know, their son, their daughter gets old enough, they start mowing the grass. We had clients from probably 2012 that we mowed for 5 years. Their kids got old enough, they wanted gas money in high school. I thought I lost that client forever. I was like, hey, yeah, let me know if you ever need anything. And then their kids went off to college and we're back mowing their property. It's just like situations like that, but you have to be able to see far enough down the future that you know that everything's going to work out and be okay. And so compared to a job, like if I had a job, not only would I have the freedom that I have today, probably not the finances I have today. We lost a client yesterday. We're just done for the season. I'll let you know in the springtime. You know, her grass wasn't growing like crazy. I don't know why she quit so early, but it's no big deal. As long as you stay professional, hey, let me know if I can do anything for you. And I leave it at that. And I'll probably get a call in the spring. It's happened hundreds of times over my career in lawn care. And so as long as you stay professional and you are the guy, right? You're always there to help your customers. Even if you lose one, you probably haven't lost them forever. And so if I had a job and I got fired yesterday, it would uproot my entire family. I have 3 kids. I have a stay-at-home wife, a house, cars. If I lost my job, my life would be over. But I lost a client yesterday. My wife was right there and she helps out with our business. She does all of our invoicing and manages Jobber. I told her, let her know, and we moved on. There was no, oh my gosh, how are we gonna eat dinner tonight? You know, it was just, oh, okay. And by the way, we added 3 new clients this week. And so we actually have a net plus 2 clients. We actually grew our business in a week that we lost a client, lost a job. And so in my opinion, it is one of the most, like running a business in at all that has multiple clients. But lawn care is not bad. Lawn care, lawn mowing, don't listen to people, guys. The next 1 minute is going to be a total rant about society, okay? And just let me do it. It's okay. You know, the college conversation, the real job conversation, all these things come up, right? And most people that I've talked to, especially from social media, older folks, right, that have had a career for a very long time. They might be 40, 50, 60 years old, and now they want to run their business because they want the freedom, okay? They're tired of listening to a boss. My wife used to work in corporate America. You guys might have heard this story. She was pregnant with our twins. There was an ice storm. She had a 2-wheel drive car. She told her boss, hey, I don't feel comfortable driving 45 minutes today to work. And her boss said, I kid you not, her boss said, everybody else is here in the office today, so we expect to see you here. My wife ended up getting fired from that job, not because of that. Like, they fired the whole department. This is a massive company. We lost our health insurance a month before our babies were due. Our kids spent 21 days in the NICU. It was probably a $500,000 overall expense. We lost our health insurance from a major corporation a month before they were due. From that moment in 2019, my wife we have never worked for a major corporation. We've been by ourselves. We've had our own freedom. The only people that tell us what to do is us. From that moment on, when we were totally let down from get a real job, work for a big corporation, basically get a W-2, they have health insurance. Well, they only have health insurance from when you're employed. If they decide you're fired, you no longer have health insurance, folks. Well, you could do Cobra for a year. Yeah, Cobra was like $2,500 for us. So no, if you are relying on a company to pay your bills, I'm telling you, all it has to do is you are one call, one text away from losing everything. That is the reality. It's happened to us. Okay, it's happened to us in our most vulnerable moment when we were about to have our first 2 kids. We lost everything. Not lost everything. I had my own business, but if we were just relying on her job, just relying on that health insurance, we lost everything in that moment. So I hope that flipped your script. Even today, where we make hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. Okay, I have employees that make almost $100,000. Okay. What do you do, Blake, if somebody's just meeting me? Oh, I run a lawn care business. Oh, that's awesome. Like, you're automatically downplayed. Okay. You're automatically downplayed when you say that. If I said, I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon, dude, people go like taken back. They're like, oh my God, they automatically put you on this pedestal. But I run a lawn care business. We make more than a surgeon, You can't say that. But I'm saying, like, we run a lawn care business. Oh, okay, we'll throw you down here. You should have went and got a job. You should have went to college, right? Running a business is so dang reliable, because even if you lose a customer, even if it's your biggest client, the reality is when you get to a certain size and you've got hundreds of clients, even if you lose the biggest one, it really doesn't even move the needle that much. Like, you kind of build a boat, and if you build it strong enough and big enough, the big waves don't even affect it. And so I kind of feel like that's how we are today. Like I said in our story this week, we gained 2 clients. Well, we gained 3 clients. We lost 1 client. So we're still above. It was actually kind of our lowest price client as well that we lost. So like the world kind of works out in its own funny way that now we have 3 new clients at a higher price, So we're probably making more money at the end of the day. But again, if you relied on a job, dude, our whole life, like we could be looking at selling our house if we lost a job yesterday. But in your business, you lose a job and the sun still shines the next day. Everybody still goes to work. Everybody still has a job. Everybody still has tasks. And you literally move on. Like, it's all up to you. I could get a new client today. Easy. I mean, dude, if I had to, I'll go knock on doors, make a Facebook post, and boom, bada boom, you got a new client. And so business is just, it's so reliable, and the world tells you it's so unreliable because it is tough. Like, let's not upplay this or downplay this, however that word is, to making it that running a business is super easy and it's dreamy and it's amazing, and it's not always that. But in terms of working a job, being told what to do, and you could lose it all tomorrow or today, dude, it's pretty dreamy out here. I mean, we're out in the sunshine. It's dreamy. It's tough. There's a lot of crap times. Okay, we're going into a season where we make a lot of money, and then we'll go into 4 months where we don't make hardly any money. You know, that is the reality. That is the tough part. But it's not a surprising reality. You know, I know this. You know this. We all know this. It's a seasonal business. And so you do the prep work, you lay the foundation, and holy crap, this can be a great industry. So this was my positivity talk. This was my encouragement talk. I've gotten so many questions over the years, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, over my time doing YouTube. I want to make the jump, Blake. I have a job, a great job, and I want to run my own business. When do I make the leap? When do I do it? Listen, the reality is when you have kids, when you have a house, you have mortgage, you have bills, there is a reality factor. Like, you do have to build your business to a certain point where you're going to be able to offset your paycheck. Okay, that is a tough time, and you're going to have to put in a lot of work and a lot of hours and everything like that. So it's not like you just came up with the idea to start your business today, quit your job, and do it. No, that wouldn't be my advice, but I would say build your business over the next year, and then the following spring, quit your job. You know, like, let's not drag it out for years, but let's say you have a job making $85,000 a year. You want to start your own business. I mean, you need to take a season to build your lawn care business before you quit that $80,000 job. You're going to want to build your business probably for at least a season and get it to at least somewhere around there. Now, the other part to mention is just because you make $85,000 in your business doesn't mean you're taking home $85,000. So to actually replace an $85,000 W-2 income, you're going to have to make, you know, $150,000 to $200,000 in your business to replace that income in a way, right? On, like, numbers wise, that's how it is, because you have expenses in your business. But just depending, like, everybody's situation is different, depending on what your bills are, what your expenses currently are on that income, is going to determine how quickly you can jump and quit your job. Now, that's a conversation for a different day, a different video, but I hope this helps. I hope this brings you a little bit of positivity, a little motivation that, like, you might not have thought about it in that way, right? You might not have thought about, you know, a high-paying, easy W-2, clock in, clock out, 40-hour-a-week job sounds fantastic, right? Until it's not, until you do get laid off, until there are problems where in a business, it's like, it's kind of hard all the time, and you get used to that hard, and you hire great people to take that hardness away from the owner, from you, but it becomes so much more reliable and sustainable because there are ups and downs, but there's not like we're not making any money unless it's like the seasonal things in the wintertime. But I'm saying during the main part of the season, I'm not going to lose $250 accounts this week. It just doesn't happen like that, right? I could lose 2, right? I could lose 3, okay? And it's not even gonna change anything, right? You're gonna pick up 5, you're gonna pick up 6, and the ball will continue to keep on rolling. So that's my motivation for you today. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe. That's what keeps me motivated to keep on going. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.